was the kind of game Pittsburgh fans had been waiting for their entire lives. A playoff matchup against the hated Oakland Raiders, the season on the line, and only seconds left on the clock. The Steelers trailed by 1. 4th down. 10 yards to go. No timeouts. From the stands, it looked hopeless. Another cruel chapter in decades of disappointment was about to be written. But in that moment, in the blink of an eye, a rookie running back named Franco Harris made a play so incredible, so unlikely, that it would not only win the game, it would change the fate of an entire franchise. Nobody knew it yet, but history was about to be made. You're watching Black and Gold Legacy, where the untold stories of Steelers history come alive. If you love Pittsburgh football, hit that like button, subscribe, and join us as we dive into the unbelievable moment that turned Franco Harris into a legend. Franco Harris wasn't supposed to be a superstar. Not in high school, not at Penn State, and not in the NFL. Born on March 7, 1950, in Fort Dix, New Jersey, Franco grew up in a family where discipline wasn't optional, it was a way of life. His father, Cad Harris, had served in the U.S. Army during World War II. His mother, Gina, was an Italian immigrant who had survived the war in Europe. Together, they raised their children with an unshakable mix of humility, respect, and hard work. Franco was quiet by nature. He didn't crave attention or talk about himself. As a boy, he was more likely to help a neighbor shovel snow than brag about scoring a touchdown at school. But even then, people noticed his size, his athletic ability, and that calm, almost unshakable demeanor. At Rancocas Valley Regional High School, Franco became a standout athlete. But even as a star running back, he never saw himself as the center of the team. He saw himself as part of something bigger. That team-first mentality would follow him for the rest of his life. When it came time for college, Franco chose Penn State University, a powerhouse program under legendary head coach Joe Paterno. But even there, he wasn't the star. That role went to his backfield partner, Lydell Mitchell, a dynamic, flashy runner who got most of the headlines. Franco, he blocked, he caught passes, he did the hard, unglamorous work. It was easy for outsiders to overlook him. He didn't lead the team in rushing. He didn't put up record-breaking stats. But coaches saw the intangibles, the vision, the hands, the way he could turn a broken play into a first down. By 1972, the Pittsburgh Steelers were a team desperate for a change. In 37 years of existence, they had never won a playoff game. They had been the NFL's punching bag, the team other franchises penciled in as an easy win. But head coach Chuck Noll had been quietly building something. Draft picks like Mean Joe Green, Terry Bradshaw, and Jack Ham were starting to lay the foundation. What they needed was a running back who could balance their offense and take pressure off Bradshaw. When the Steelers' first-round pick came up in the 1972 NFL Draft, Noll shocked many fans and sports writers by selecting Franco Harris with the 13th overall pick. Some questioned the move. Harris hadn't been the feature back at Penn State. Could he really be the franchise-changing player Pittsburgh needed? It didn't take long to find out. From the moment Franco stepped onto an NFL field, he looked like he belonged. His running style was a rare blend of grace and power. The way he could lower his shoulder to run through a linebacker one play, then glide past a defender the next. By mid-season, Pittsburgh fans had created Franco's Italian Army, a devoted fan group made up of Italian Americans, waving flags and wearing Army helmets to honor their rookie hero. The city had fallen in love. Franco finished his rookie season with over 1,000 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns. He was named NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. But for all the individual success, the Steelers still had something to prove. And that chance came on December 23, 1972. The opponent, the Oakland Raiders, the NFL's bad boys, a team known for their physical, borderline brutal style of play. Led by quarterback Ken Stabler and head coach John Madden, they came to Pittsburgh ready for a fight. The AFC divisional playoff at Three Rivers Stadium was a defensive slugfest from the opening whistle. Every yard was a battle. Every hit rattled bones. Pittsburgh managed 2 field goals to take a 6-0 lead into the fourth quarter. But with just over a minute left, Stabler rolled out, found a seam, and ran 30 yards for a touchdown. Raiders 7, Steelers 6. The stadium went quiet. Steelers fans had seen this before. Hope crushed in the final moments. Terry Bradshaw jogged back onto the field with 1:17 remaining. The huddle was tight, every player knowing what was at stake. The play call, 66 circle option. Franco's job was simple: stay in to block, then release as a safety valve if the play broke down. The drive started, but progress was slow. Incomplete pass. Short gain. Another incompletion. Now it was 4th and 10 from the Steelers' 40-yard line. 22 seconds on the clock. Bradshaw took the snap. The Raiders sent the blitz. He dodged one rusher, spun away from another, and rolled to his right. Downfield, Frenchie Fuqua streaked toward the sideline. Bradshaw fired the ball in his direction. At that same instant, Jack Tatum, the Raiders' feared assassin, delivered a crushing hit on Fuqua. The ball ricocheted into the air, spinning wildly. For a split second, it looked like it would fall harmlessly to the turf. And then, Franco Harris appeared, trailing the play from the backfield. Franco had been doing what he always did, hustling just in case. In that heartbeat of opportunity, he bent down and scooped the ball inches above the turf. The crowd gasped. Franco turned upfield and sprinted. 40 yards, 30, 20. The roar of the stadium grew louder with every step. He crossed into the end zone. Touchdown. The celebration was instant, but so was the controversy. Under the NFL rules at the time, if two offensive players touched the ball consecutively without a defensive player making contact, the pass was incomplete. Did Tatum touch it before Franco caught it? The Raiders swore no. The Steelers swore yes. The officials huddled. The entire stadium waited, breathless. Finally, the arms went up. Touchdown confirmed. Steelers 13, Raiders 7. Pittsburgh had their first playoff win in franchise history. That single play, later nicknamed the Immaculate Reception, didn't just win a game. It marked the beginning of a dynasty. Over the next decade, the Steelers would win 4 Super Bowls. Franco Harris would become a 9-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl MVP, and the franchise's all-time leading rusher. Yet, in classic Franco fashion, he never bragged about the play. He'd smile and say, "I was just in the right place at the right time."
When Franco passed away in 2022, just days before the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception, the city of Pittsburgh mourned like it had lost a family member.
Fans left flowers, terrible towels, jerseys, and handwritten notes outside Acrisure Stadium. They didn't just remember the catch, they remembered the man. Because Franco Harris wasn't just a running back. He was hope, humility, and heart. They said the Steelers would never win. They said a rookie couldn't handle the biggest moment of his life. But on that cold December afternoon in 1972, Franco Harris proved them wrong, with one shocking moment that turned a game, a season, and a franchise around forever. This has been Black and Gold Legacy, where the untold stories of Steelers history come alive. If you love the legends who built this team, hit that like button, subscribe, and share your favorite Franco Harris memory in the comments below. Because in Pittsburgh, legends never die.